What are you better at with your non-dominant hand? Worst. Came here to say mouse. Playing chords on the guitar. Exactly. For that reason I would rather lose my right hand than my left. Same. Using a mouse. I'm left-handed, but using a mouse with my left hand is almost sinister and wrong. Sinister. I see what you did there. Jackin. When I was about 13 I thought I'd try with my left, so it felt like somebody else's. Nearly 2 decades later it feels weird to use my right. Real pros can switch hands and gain a stroke. Get practicing Padwen. I always thought it was common to switch it up. Like, one side gets tired, you just swap it up, so you can keep the flow going. Do people really only use one hand? That just seems inefficient. Lifting. My left hand's stronger for some reason. Eating I guess. No idea why, but I default to primarily using my left hand when eating, even though I'm right-handed. In any other situation my left hand is completely useless. I do this, but it's so I can eat with my left and control the remote with my right. I'm right-handed, but left eye dominant, so if I'm shooting guns I have to use my left hand. I can use my right arm just better with my left. My dad is the same way. He still shoots his pistol with his right hand, but he aims his rifle from high left shoulder. Driving. Do you drive a car with a manual transmission? No. Literally everything. Username checks out. Snapping my fingers. Can't do it with my dominant hand. Scrolling through social media. Scrolling and selecting porn on my phone, while the other is wanking. Throwing. Holding the paper down when writing with my right hand. Opening jars. This is mine. Grip strength seems to be better. Also peeling up/off those seals on like bottles of liquid. Whatever those are called. My dominant hand struggles with those for some reason. Smoking. Because when I started everyone else smoked right-handed, and I wanted to fit in. Threading a needle. Holding stuff like paper in place. It is way more coordinated when just having to not move. This. Also towels and blankets. I work in vet med, and I spend a lot of my time making surgical instrument packs to be autoclaved. We have to lint roll the linens before we process them. So I have become very good and flipping and maneuvering towels with my left hand. For some weird reason shooting pool. Same. Riding a bicycle with one hand. It's more steady than my right prominent hand. I credit it to how my dad let me steer the steering wheel as a young child and all I could reach was with my left hand / rummaging through my purse. Strengthy. G. Slapping or opening bottle caps. Drilling. Screw fastening, etc. Throwing something. Steering the car or changing. Using a computer mouse. When I was learning how to use a computer at school the mouse was on the right hand side of the keyboard on all the setups and that's just how I got used to doing it. When it's on the left hand side it feels weird to me now. Opening jars. When I was in basic training I couldn't see SPEEP on a shooting simulator. Drill sergeant started shooing me a new one asking me why I wasn't hitting SPEEP. He then tested my eye and found out I was left eye dominant but right-handed, so he forced me to shoot left-handed. Since then there are a lot of things I can do ambidextrous. One surprising result was it completely changed my fighting stance to southpaw. I ended up getting really into MMA and went 6-1 as an amateur fighting southpaw. Shooting handgun/rifle. Right-handed, but left eye dominant. Therefore I'm much more accurate shooting left-handed. Probably same reason why others here have said they're better shooting pool left-handed. Catching stuff. Self-love. I call my dominant hand Rosie, and Rosie knows how to choke a chicken. Holding my cigarette. Same here. When I used to smoke, I'd use my left hand when driving, so the smoke would go out the window. This caused me to smoke left-handed almost exclusively. I bet you throw the cigarette butts out the window with your left hand. Cursive. Using the keyboard and pressing notes while playing bass. Pretty much they equal. Broke my wrist 3 places senior year, was in cast and PT 4 months. So, doing my makeup, writing, batting, and most importantly getting myself a whomever. Driving. Driving. I can play the fiddle, so all my notes are done with my non-dominant hand. I can't even draw with that hand, lol. Holding hot things. My left hand has a higher heat tolerance, I feel. Playing the piano. I mean, obviously I use both hands just about equally, but there's certain repertoire that's especially left hand heavy, and I gravitate more toward that than other music. I might be naturally left-handed, but raised right-handed. Things which are new to me where I have a free choice often lead me to doing things left-handed. I'll play pool/snooker left-handed, for example. Snowboarding. I ride goofy. When I started school I would write and color with both hands. My teacher forced me to only use my right hand. She was rather mean about it. Absolutely nothing. WASD movement. Table tennis. I own left-handed for some odd reason. Shooting. Arrows. Guns. Airsoft. Anything. Playing pool. Also snowboarding feels more natural on my non-dominant side. Steadying things. I don't know why, but my left triceps look so much more defined than the right one. I don't feel any difference when I do weights. Being right hand dominant, I'd expect that arm to be more defined, but it's other way around. Brushing my hair. Twisting lids off jars. Carrying the baby. Peeing. Seriously, I'm right-handed, and I cannot comfortably pee with my right hand. It always feels awkward. I have no idea why. Controller joysticks. Brushing my teeth. Talking on the phone. I hold my phone in my left, and it goes in my left pocket. Feels weird if I don't. Nothing thanks to ulnar nerve damage. I used to be fairly ambidextrous, but now my left hand can barely hold a cup. Spilling drinks. Scrolling Reddit on my phone. Writing, but only on paper. I can't write on a blackboard with my left hand. Computer mouse. I always turn in the direction of my non-dominant hand. Playing the snare drum. I can only snap with my left hand. Also, of course, scrolling on the computer while my right hand is occupied. I'm left-handed, but I do some things better with my right hand. I can also be called mixed-handed. Left. Writing. Sports. Eating. Right. Musical instruments. Reaching for things. Dealing cards. Masturb. Driving. 90% of the time I drive my left hand on 12 o'clock. Flipping pans. Folding towels and medical gowns. I work in vet med, and part of my job is processing surgical packs to be autoclaved. As part of that, the linens must be lint rolled first. So I've become very skilled at folding the sheets and gowns and maneuvering them with my left hand, while my right hand has the lint roller. Writing poorly. Dropping speep. My mouse. Dealing cards. Applying Macup. Be better at catching AMD changing gears. Masturbating. Washing dishes. Opening jars. Writing like a 3-year-old. I can punch a lot harder with my non-dominant. Using chopsticks. Probably because initially I preferred holding a spoon in my right hand as I wasn't very good with the chopsticks. Now holding the chopsticks in my right just feels wrong. Opening a pickle jar. I do pretty much everything left-handed except for right. Mouse. I'm left-handed, but first learned in an office with my right hand, because we had to share computers back then. Inhales deeply. Fapping. I'm left-handed right. Use scissors. Use a knife. But I both bat and golf right-handed. Not sure why, and I've never even tried to do it the other way. It's just how it feels right. Same here. Except I'm able to bat both ways. Played lacrosse, hockey and guitar all right-handed. Don't golf but it'd be righty as well. I commented as well, and mentioned something about eye dominance that I remember being brought up when my dad was teaching me to shoot guns. And I know by my frame prescription that my right eye is stronger. It's a weird dynamic. Guitar. Throwing a jab. Also, when I was a kid, riding a bike one-handed was always easier with my left non-dominant hand. My left arm is actually stronger than my right from years of trumpet playing. Left hand supports the instrument. What do you call it when you write with your right but do nearly everything with your left?